They were like trying to climb up on the chairs. They were trying to do everything, but doesn't matter. We do what we got to do because, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Local Bizcast. As most of you probably know, I am Dr. Pete. And joining me today, a good friend of mine now that we've met over these last couple of weeks and couple of months, Mr. Doug Salz from Forever Young Montvale. Did I get that right?
You did.
I nailed it.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you for having me.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for coming. I feel bad. This is actually a rescheduled episode. I completely, yes. When you hear this, people are going to be shocked if they know me, but I completely lost my voice. What was that, in January?
That was.
Sometime in January.
Yeah.
So when Dr. Pete loses that, I mean, listen, as being the loudest person in the history of the world, when I lose my voice, it's like the earth shakes. So thank you very much for rescheduling with me and coming over today. I appreciate that.
Of course, my pleasure.
No, I do have to do my piece of business. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you are enjoying the Local Bizcast, are you loving our guests? You're loving anything? Or if you're not loving anything, tell me that too. But please go to our YouTube live channel, go to our Spotify channel, hit like, hit subscribe. I love and need you guys to do that because I'm a people pleaser and I want people to like me. So, but that's it. That's my business for today. The rest is going to be with my good friend Doug over here. So welcome, and you got to tell me a little bit what's going on over here because this is probably right up my alley. But tell me a little bit about Forever Young. I think it's a franchise, right? So
yeah.
Tell me what you got going on.
Of course. Yeah, it's a franchise. It began started out in Boca Raton in Florida. The co-founders, Dennis and Carlton, started it about 12 years ago, and they started franchising about 4 years ago.
Okay.
There's now about 60 units nationally open and well over 100 sold. So continuing to grow, overall. And, one of the things that really brought me into Forever Young is I was a patient first. About 4 years ago, I went in to see a urologist. I felt symptoms of low testosterone. My drive wasn't where it needed to be. My motivation was off. And I just couldn't lose that stubborn belly fat. Just didn't have the energy. Like I was really fatigued. And, I was in my low 40s at this point. Like I shouldn't be feeling like that.
Right.
So I went to get my hormones checked and my testosterone levels came in at the lower limit of normal. Right. So for men, depending upon which labs you use, testosterone's should be anywhere between 300 and 700 or 300 and 900. Right. So I came in at 325. Right. So
you just crossed the finish line.
Just crossed the finish line.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So anyways, I was told, yeah, you're fine. There's nothing else, nothing we can do for you. Right. So unfortunately, I suffered another 2 years, found a different Forever Young location. And at that point, I was able to get on testosterone replacement therapy, which just changed my life. I lost 65 pounds. I'm the strongest I've ever been. Going to be 47 on March 14th. And I feel incredible. So much so that, I'm now a corporate refugee. I left my corporate job of over 20 years.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I started to open up my own location and bring some wellness and aesthetics to the town of Montvale.
Yeah.
To help everyone look and feel their best. And that's really what we're all about.
It's amazing, dude. I love it. Yeah, I mean, we're going into your history, man. I got to go into the history first. People need to know about you. You can't just make a right turn right into buying a franchise over here. We got to know what's going on. So I did get that you're originally from Yonkers. That's right. Two New Yorkers over here. So you Jersey folk will have to give us a little bit of slack right now. I know we're sitting in a New Jersey Local Bizcast podcast, but grew up in Yonkers.
Yeah.
And then what happened after Yonkers? You went through all school, high school, everything in Yonkers, or?
So I went to private school. I'm Jewish and Italian, so I was in public school.
You're a pizza bagel.
Exactly, 100%.
I love it.
So I up until 8th grade, I was in the Yonkers public school system, and then I went over to Iona Grammar and Iona Prep in New Rochelle.
Okay.
And then from there, I went to Pace University, graduated from Pace, had a couple of other sales positions, and then started out, being a sales rep for one of the pharmaceutical companies.
20 years now.
Yeah.
Hey, you're no rookie, dude. And 47, which means, you had a little bit of a heyday over there too, or at least you were working towards that over there.
That's
I know things have changed a little bit in the pharmaceutical sales industry, but
very much so.
Can't take people to Cancun anymore. What?
Yeah. It used to be I would say it used to be more of a lifestyle than a job.
Right.
When I first started, for sure.
Yeah. All right. But was there something about pharma that veered you away, or was it more something like you found out the low T, you went to a Forever Young, you're like, oh my God, I love this. That was more kind of up the line over there, right? Or
Yeah, it's a great question. I think for me, it was because of the experience that I had, not only starting out in a sales role, which was my favorite role, just being out there and speaking to physicians and partnering with them, but really trying to take something that sounds complex and make it simple, is a skill that you have to learn in any sales role. So that was really helpful for me, and I think very transferable to what I'm doing today, as well as, I ended my career as a regional sales director and then a national sales director. So I had quite a few people underneath me, and so I have a lot of leadership experience as well. So I think between the two, it really made a lot of sense and helped me to start off this business.
amazing, man. The kahunas. I love it, man. I mean, that's a big decision, and like, I want to make sure. I know I've built my own practice and all that kind of stuff, but I want to know if I have the guts to have done what you did. It's really truly amazing, man. You left a career to go start something that you've never done before. Yeah, albeit you gained the experience and leadership. You said about 100 people under you, right? At some point, that's first of all, that's an impressive career path you had there too. Yeah. So, and then you're just like, I gotta go do this.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, this. What does the family say? What does the wife say? What is it like? I need to know how this works, man. People want to hear how you're able to pull this off. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. You know what? My wife is nothing short of incredible. She is.
You heard it here first. Probably not first, but you heard it here. Yeah. I met her. I think she's incredible too. So
she's without her. I mean, she really is. She's my rock, and she comes from a family of entrepreneurs, so it's something that she kind of always wanted me to do. Maybe we didn't think necessarily this business model, so to speak, but she always kind of wanted me to go into business for myself, and saw the potential that I had, and at times that maybe I didn't believe in myself, and she was right there by my side. So love you, Diana.
Oh, Diana, a little bit of shout out over there now, and she's working with you at Forever Young, or she's just your moral support at home.
She's definitely my moral support, but she helps out a lot. There's a lot of things that I'll toss her way, some ideas and things like that, and she'll come into the spa and the center and help out when she can. But she also has her own business.
Oh yeah. Oh well, we have another podcaster over here. Let's go. Yeah. What do you think? So we'll promote that next time. But no, let's go back to Forever Young. So you're a client first. You love the model. Obviously they help you out quite a bit, as you said. Like you're just a big proponent of it. You love it. You're a champion for it. And now you've opened up your own location. So tell me about the process of getting involved with Forever Young. You said they're out of Boca. How do you get started with something like this? What's the process?
Yeah, there's a lot involved. It was about a year-long process, from soup to nuts, in terms of starting to think about this, and then actually getting in touch with the co-founders at Forever Young, and they use a franchising sales company to help navigate you through the process. So when you're going through the process, there's something called validation. You'll reach out to I would speak to anyone that would speak to me in terms of other franchisees in the area, and outside of the area, those that are doing well, maybe those that aren't doing so well, figuring out how much working capital I need. Do I have the money and the funds to do this? And stick it out, especially when you're ramping up in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Will a bank touch me, and and all those kinds of things, right?
Sure.
So, you're dotting your I's, you're crossing your T's, and then once you do that for about 3-4 months, you go down to what's called Discovery Day, and you meet the co-founders, and there's now co-CEOs as well that are helping the brand grow, and they're interviewing you, you're interviewing them, and from there. You go ahead and you sign the franchise agreement if you're going to move forward, which I did back in February of last year. So just over a year ago.
Okay.
And then, from there it was game on, right? It was starting to prepare.
Did you already know the location that you wanted to go into? Did you already know any of that, or they help you with the demographics? How does that work?
Yeah. So they have this model that kind of shows you the different demographics in the area and then the different territories that are available. But for me, I'm actually from Upper Saddle River, or for the last 7 years, I should say.
Yeah.
And for me, Montvale was always it, and Forever Young was always it. So I wasn't looking to just become any franchisee
And anywhere.
and at anywhere.
Yeah.
So the location, it needed to be Montvale. So I had my eyes on where we are right now. And
Well, he's keeping it a secret. He's a little. Come on, man. They don't want to know where are you. They don't all know where you are.
yeah, well, we're on Chestnut. We're in the Chestnut Ridge Shopping Center, where Fresh Market is, and Drop Fitness and Perspire, and a lot of other stores and shops as well. It's 22 Chestnut Ridge Road in Montvale, and beginning this coming up Monday, we'll actually be open 6 days a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 days a week. And you have, we're going to announce it later, but the grand opening is coming soon too.
That's right. Actually, a month from today.
1 month from today.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you guys are open. You are seeing clients or patients. What do you call people that come in?
Yes. For the most part, they're clients, but
Yep.
they can also be patients as well, right? So, is it okay to kind of get into the
Yeah,
business?
bro, dude, this is my. Come on, man. You're a forum.
I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to jump ahead.
There's no format to this, dude. Have you ever seen anything like this? We have no idea what's going on. We'll start talking about the Giants if you want. I have no
we can
idea.
make it silly if you want.
Please. I do my best working silly. So, we get it rock and roll over there. No, come on. We need to know. Forever Young. Tell us everything about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we focus on aesthetics and wellness, right? So feeling good and looking good from the inside out. And on the aesthetic side, we do Botox, we do filler, we do facial. So we have a licensed esthetician, we have a registered nurse practitioner. Those are the injectors, and a licensed esthetician. So we do everything under one roof. We do tear troughs, we do lip flips, everything you can think of, vampire facials, everything but lasers, but we'll get into that at some point. And then on the wellness side, we do hormone replacement therapy, bioidentical for both men and women. We do testosterone replacement therapy. We have peptides like CJC and ipamorelin, or BPC 157 for recovery, TB 500. We also do medical weight loss like semaglutide and tirzepatide. We do labs. I have a whole medical team on staff. We do physicals. We have an in-body machine that can tell you your percent body fat as compared to your muscle mass and how much water you're carrying. We have third-party tested supplements. We have an IV lounge. We have 2,500 square feet of space.
Amazing.
The place is incredible. You guys got to see it.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. Now, you were throwing out a lot of big terms out over there that I'm a little bit familiar with, but is everybody familiar with that? If they're looking for this service, are they going to know what exactly you said? And can you talk to the people who don't know that they need something, and it is to offer? You're talking about BPC 147. You're talking about semaglutide or whatever, that kind of stuff. What can you tell for the people who are like listening to this? They may not know anything about wellness, aesthetics, or anything like that. So how would you just said it, like you were really good at making it a little bit simple for people to understand. They didn't even know. I didn't even know I had a low T. So what do we do with that? So talk to the people who don't know too much so that we can get those people to get over to Forever Young, because they have no idea how much they need it. So.
Yeah, 100%. I think, look, as we age, right, our hormone levels naturally decrease to an average of 1% a year. And what happens is, as your hormones decrease, and this is similar for men and women, you can start to feel symptoms. Some will feel more symptoms than others. And what we focus on is optimizing your hormones, right? So it's making sure that you're optimal, getting you back to where you were in your 20s and 30s, right? Everybody says to age gracefully, but at the end of the day, why do I need to, quote unquote, feel my age? You don't need to. We should all we want to feel well. We want to feel energized. We want to be motivated. We want to have our sex drive, etc. And that's all the things that we can help with. So if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling like you don't have mental clarity, if your drive isn't where it should be or where it used to be, it doesn't need to be that way. We can help you. And it starts out with a free consultation. And then from there, we can draw blood. We'll take a look. All the answers are in the blood, right? It's as objective data as you can get, or as objective as you can get, right? So we take a look at that. We take a look at your in-body and the scale and your medical history through the physical, and we come up with a customized plan for you.
That's amazing. I love it. You just talked it. I think you hit it on the head. I mean, most people can relate to fatigue or brain fog or all this kind of stuff. Some of us are still reeling from the effects of COVID, or we're reeling from the effects from the vaccines or whatever it is, and all the illnesses and whatnot. That's the stuff I think that talks to people. And I mean, God, we've all been there, man. Fatigue, this, that, the other thing. All right, if you're sick, well, you get a nice little IV if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Right?
we have the
Show you
Forever
Myers
Shield.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? What if you're not sick? What if you're feeling fatigued for months at a time? What if you had brain fog for weeks, months? There's a solution.
Yeah.
There it is.
And I think, again, it depends on you, right? Maybe it's not your hormones. At the end of the day, we're going to take your blood. We're going to speak to you, get your medical history, get your symptoms, et cetera, what you've been on, what you've tried before. And we'll tailor it to you because we have a lot of different options. Maybe it's, your human growth hormone has decreased, right? Which is similar to hormones. That decreases over time. So we have peptides that naturally help your pituitary gland to release more human growth hormone, which is going to help with lean body mass. It's going to help with energy, and it's going to help with that fatigue, right? It's going to give you the edge that you're looking for.
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, if you're on testosterone replacement therapy, you're going to have an edge compared to anyone else that's not.
And if you're not competing professionally, there's no reason to not have an edge. I don't know. I mean, listen, these guys can't use it, right? Professional athletes, college athletes, can they use this stuff or?
No, because again,
gives them a performance enhancement or whatnot. Yeah,
it can show up, right? Again, if they're within range, they should be fine in terms of the labs. But we work on optimizing hormones, which is a little bit different than what you'd see in the labs.
All right, there you go. He gave me the wink over here. Yeah, we can do it. No, I'm just kidding. That's very, very cool. All right, I didn't even touch on weight loss, man. That's got to be a huge drive as well right now. So
yeah, we work with compounding pharmacies. We do semaglutide and tirzepatide to help with weight loss. But one of the things that we do that I think really helps us to stand out than every other place is, we don't do what's like dump and run, right? We don't just give you your medication, say, all right, good luck, best of luck to you. We'll hold your hand as much as you'll let us hold your hand, right? So we'll help you.
Prefer it?
We do prefer it. I prefer you come into us every week and let us do the shot for you. And in fact, if you do that, we give you a complimentary fat burning shot or B12 shot every week to do that. So but we want you coming in and coming on that in body. We want to make sure you're not losing muscle. We want to make sure that you're losing what you want to lose, which is body fat.
That's right.
So that's why we do that in body to kind of take a look. And then we want to do your labs about every 3 months to make sure that, everything's on the up and up.
Sure. There's been a lot of controversy with obviously the semaglutides, Ozempics, and Wegovy's because, you're losing weight, but you're losing muscle. That's not what we're going for here, man. That's like you're going, and then the only way to truly, so people will get that. They'll get that from their doctors. They'll be injecting this forever and not having this. You have the in-body scan right there. It's going to tell you, are you losing water? Are you losing fat? Are you losing muscle? This thing is a all-inclusive, man. That's great.
Yeah.
You got it all.
Yeah, no, we have it all, and we truly do care, right? We don't want you on it forever. The goal is to get you off it, but to have sustained weight loss and to do it the right way and in a healthy way. And again, you hit the nail on the head in terms of nobody comes to me and says, hey, Doug, I want to lose muscle. Right. And the reality is semaglutide and tirzepatide or GLP-1s, which is the class of medications they're in, they get a bad rap because it's not that the medication is necessarily causing you to lose muscle. It's putting you in a caloric deficit, right? Which a diet does. But what this does is it helps to stop cravings and lowers your gastric emptying, so you feel fuller longer, so you don't have those cravings, which then puts you in a caloric deficit. That'll happen whether you're on the medication or not if you're dieting, right? So the key is you want to keep your protein levels up, right? You should strength train and work out. Stop worrying or relying on cardio because yes, that helps you burn fat, but that also helps you burn muscle. But at the time you're doing it, and then when you stop, that's it. The more muscle you have, the more fat you're burning at rest. So nice. we work through that. We have a nutritionist that can help. We do fitness plans, etc.
It's absolutely amazing. And you're so right. Coming from my background, you have to understand that growing muscle will help you burn fat. And it's also good for reducing disability when you get later in life, when you can't grow that muscle. The more muscle you have now is important. Actually, there's a lot of things you can do to maintain that as you get over 40, over 50, over 60. And it gets a little bit more difficult, requires a little bit more work. And you're supplementing that and supporting that, making it easier. I love what you said. It's like, why not feel better? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Yeah. What are the excuses? What do you get? How can anybody not want this? Who's telling you, I don't want this?
Well, look, I get it. I probably would have been one of those before, but I think there's a lot of misinformation out there that either scares people or concerns people because there are other, say, spas or even just other businesses, right, that don't do it the right way, like we talked about, or they abuse it. And look, testosterone's a controlled substance, right?
Sure.
It needs to be done the right way. And that's why we monitor your levels. We get you in the optimal range, depending upon, for women, it's between 100 and 200, and for men, it's between 1,000 and 1,200. So we work on getting you in that optimal range and compare that to also how you're feeling, right? And then we can dose adjust. But we check your hematocrit. We check everything else to make sure every 3 months for men, your PSA levels, right? That could be a concern.
Absolutely.
A 2002 study, again, 2002. Was the last study, and I think it actually has since been retracted,
right?
But showed that, or
debunked.
Said that, debunked is a better way of saying it, right? That hormone replacement therapy can cause cancer, right? And the reality is that the new data suggests that it actually can help prevent cancer. The difference is if you were to have a few cells, it could speed it up, right?
Yeah.
So again, that's why we want to do it the right way. We monitor you, and we'll hold your hand as much as you'll allow us.
I mean, it's like that in every profession. It's just there's the good and the bad, and so you got to make sure you find the good. And some people don't know, but now if you're monitoring this, that, the other thing. A lot of things with testosterone, like if your body's relying on an artificial support to testosterone, it's going to stop producing itself. You got to monitor that. You talked about hematocrit. This is all the kind of medical stuff that sometimes you get that little off-market tea, a little bit cheaper. You're going to inject it yourself in between your toes over there, and you're not, First off, you don't know what you're getting, and then you don't know exactly what you're doing to your body. So having the professionals doing it, and I mean, you're backed by Forever Young. This is a franchise, and you're doing it probably better than most, which is a very, very cool thing. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear the passion. As you said, you were like a client first.
Yes.
So trying to help everybody the way you got helped. And I just think that's magical. And kind of that's what we do here. So, I mean, amazing. But this thing goes so quick, man. We got like 7-8 minutes left. I know it's nuts. And I want to get into helping you because I know right now you're in the growth phase, man. You're trying to get it. I mean, you're like, what is this? Are you soft opened? Are you beta opened? What do you? Or you're open 5 days a week? Haven't had the grand opening yet, though, right? So walk me through this. What is our timeline here? When did you guys open up the doors first?
Yeah, so we had our soft opening. Like our first day opening up the doors was October 7th in 2024. So just about 5 months ago.
Okay.
And then we had our soft. When we say soft opening, was like friends and family.
Yes.
For 3 days, that gave us grace when we made the mistakes.
Sure.
And started learning the new software and everything else, right? And it was a tough time in terms of when do we do the grand opening, right? Ideally, you'd like to do it maybe within 30 to 60 days of opening, but no one wants to come out in the winter, especially.
You got a couple. We actually had a real winter, man.
Yeah.
You're going to pick that day when we had the 10 inches.
100%.
You can't do that.
100%. So we opted for early April.
I think it's beautiful.
Everybody's getting spring fever.
100.
We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have open bar. We're gonna have raffles. We're gonna have giveaways. It's going to be an event. Do not miss out.
Don't miss it. Come on, guys. It's right over here in Montvale, Chestnut Ridge Road. Most of us know Drop Fitness, Fresh Market, right in that shopping center. I've passed by it. I haven't been in yet, but I passed by it a million times. It looks beautiful. It looks clean. I just, I like, so far, I like what I see about the franchise, the way they do things. And I think they care about, everything. And again, you're going to have a medical, aesthetic, wellness type of place. It has to have a certain look. And I think you guys absolutely captured that and nailed that. So, yeah. All right. But tell everybody else, like, again, I want to make sure everybody knows what aesthetics is, what wellness is. I want, people, you got weight loss, all that kind of stuff. The things that you're going to go in, you want to like walk through like what a day one would be with a patient, or like how somebody, when they call you, do they go on the internet? What's the best way to make an appointment to come in and get a consultation?
All of the above. I mean, I'm a person, I love to speak to people or see you. If you come in, I'm there. So I love giving people a tour. I want people to feel comfortable. I always encourage a consultation, whether it's on the aesthetic side or the wellness side, because it's a relationship and I want you to feel comfortable, right? On the aesthetic side, everyone's heard the stories of, someone that, botched Botox or whatever, and this and that, right?
Yeah, sure.
So our injectors have over 30 years of experience between the two of them. In fact, and they train other injectors in the area. So I'm confident saying we have some of the best injectors in the area in Northern Jersey.
So
when it comes to, again, Botox or filler, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your face. So I'd love for you to come in, meet them. Their names are Rodel and Margarita. And
little shout out, guys.
Yep.
Nice
That's
to
right.
meet you guys.
And I promise you won't be, you won't be upset about it. So, and then on the wellness side, you know, what we do is we do a free consultation. You know, you can book online, like you said, or you can call. So make an appointment. And I always encourage calling, make an appointment at 551-390-0404. Call that number and you'll speak to either Sahara or Gina. They'll go ahead and set you up an appointment. You'd meet with one of the wellness specialists, which would either be myself or my wellness specialist, Liz. And we would go ahead and kind of walk you through the process, right? We bring you to our consultation room. Before you get there, you'd walk past our IV lounge. And then we'd sit in the consultation room and kind of, you know, find out what brings you in, and take your history, go through, you know, what you've tried, what you're looking to accomplish. And then we'll go through what we do and how we go about it, right? And then see if you want to go ahead with any blood work, if you want to go ahead with the physical, if you want to get on the in-body scale, and do that. And then see if we can get you approval for some different types of therapies from our medical director, whom is a licensed physician, and he reviews all the labs and everything and gives the recommendations.
Absolutely amazing, man. I love it. And as I said, like, I met Doug now, networking in the area. I can already tell he's a good person. He gets it. He's trying to bring some magic over here to the local business community. You've done a great job. I've seen you at the chamber events. I've seen you at all that kind of stuff. And it's actually been a pleasure to see you guys getting out there and doing this thing. I can't wait for this grand opening. I can't wait for Forever Young Montvale to just really blow up. I'm excited for you guys, and anything that we could do here with the local BizCast to help you guys out. That's what we're looking to do, man. That's what this is all about. So I wish you guys good luck, man. You're just good people. So
thank you.
Yeah, and welcome to the community over here. I mean, that huge far drive from Upper Saddle River all the way to Montvale. You watch out for the deer in the middle of the road. It's going to cause a lot of traffic.
I got 2 young kids, so the commute is a good one.
Yeah, right.
5 minutes.
Right. We actually need a 45-minute commute. I just need a little break in between to go one for the other over there. Oh, man. Back in the days when I was coming back from like Jersey City and Plainfield and Perth Amboy, I used to complain about that trip, and then the kids came and I'm like, oh, I missed that trip. Just a little baby time to decompress, listen to music, listen to a podcast like the local BizCast, that type of thing. So, well, dude, thank you so much. I mean, I think this is great. I can't believe how quick this always goes. I do have a little bit of business. I do have to make our next announcements. Guys, I can't believe it. We're getting so busy that we're doing these now 2 days a week at the least. I did 3 days a week the other day. It's getting crazy over here. And I'm really excited because I absolutely enjoy it. I'm sure you guys can see that through the camera and I'll hopefully hear that on the mic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to introduce an unbelievably talented and impressive young man. I can't believe I'm saying young man like some old dude. I mean, we're the same age, but this guy is very young. He's already got 2 or 3 companies open. He's going to be joining me this Wednesday evening at 5:30 p.m. His name is Alex O'Rourke. He's going to come and he's going to talk about 2 of his companies, which is TNT Dumpster, which is a carting company. He's already done some work with me to get rid of stuff. He's just a very good guy who actually answers the phone, gets the job done, does it the right way, cares. And he's also with Safe Wash Technologies. So he's into soaps and detergents and stuff like that. This gentleman is very impressive. Alex O'Rourke is going to be on the local BizCast this Wednesday evening at 5:30 p.m. That's on YouTube Live and Spotify. Guys, like, subscribe, ask questions. The other thing I want to say is if you would like to get on the local BizCast, you can get to me at Dr. Pete at shcnj.com. That's DRPETE at shcnj.com. Let's get you guys on here. Let's promote your businesses in Montvale and around and see what we got going on. But right now, I just wanted to thank Doug for coming on in. Remember, I should say, Forever Young Montvale, it's up in the, what do you call that shopping center?
Chestnut Ridge Shopping Center.
It's called the Chestnut Ridge Shopping Center, right? So right next to Drop Fitness and Fresh Market, right in between over there. Doug, it was an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you
the pleasure
so
was all
much
mine.
for joining me, man. I appreciate it. Hey, let's make his grand opening as spectacular as we know we should make it. Let's get over there. Again, April, what time? It's April
3rd.
April 3rd.
From 5 to 8.
5 to 8. DJs, open bar. You got me, man.
You got to be there.
Come on. What are you talking about? I will be there. Dr. Pete will be there. Let's see if we can bring a microphone. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Doug, thank you for being here. We'll see you guys next time on the local BizCast. Be good.
Take care.